Let's bring you some other developing stories as well. The Cape Flats in the Western Cape once again reeling from a bloody weekend of gun violence. Over the past few days alone, 36 shooting incidents have been reported across 25 neighbourhoods, leaving at least 9 people dead and more than 20 others injured. Crime activists and community leaders are now calling on the SA Human Rights Commission to declare the ongoing gang warfare a form of urban warfare and terrorism. Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi is tracking that story. And Nasiphi, I know you're in conversation throughout the day with various civic organizations. But, you know, the question becomes, if we look at the numbers that I've just read out, 36 shooting incidents over the past few days alone, what would qualify, if that doesn't, as urban warfare?
Well, that's the argument by these activists that are calling and ramping up these calls to the Human Rights Commission. I mean, Michelle, those numbers are just the tip of the iceberg. Looking at how bloody the end of June was with those mass shootings and how the Western Cape or city of Cape Town entered into July with a number of mass shootings starting in Mitchell's Plain, where in a space of about 4 hours, we were counting over 10 people shot. And now these activists have been tallying the numbers of not only shooting incidents, but victims and those that have also unfortunately lost their lives due to gang violence. And an issue of gang violence is nothing new to the Western Cape, but the city of Cape Town in particular. But I am joined now by Shadia Khan, who is from Fight Against Crime SA. You're a member there. You guys receive these numbers on a day-to-day basis of shooting incidents. I mean, not too long ago, from your group, you received of a shooting incident happening in Belhar. But talk to us about the reasoning behind trying to lobby the Human Rights Commission.
Good afternoon. We have been previously in conjunction with the Human Rights Commission with regards to declaring gang terror on the Cape Flats as urban warfare or terrorism, due to the fact that we are losing many lives. Our kids that has to go to school loses out on education. They are violating the rights of kids, adults, because we are prisoners in our own homes. The mere reason why we actually went for it 10 years ago was because there was high numbers of gang violence. And after 10 years, at that time we got a negative feedback from the Human Rights Commission. So now 10 years later, we have higher crime rates. The statistics that we follow on a daily basis, if we conclude it on a weekly to monthly basis, it's over 30-40 shootings of code blues per month. There are extortion cases. It just goes on and on. So now, with the rate at which the killings are going, and it's now mass shootings, it's not just only single shootings that occur, it's 3-4 people at a time. Last week, we had an 80-year-old female that was shot in Bishop Lavers. I mean, seriously, this is not on. So now, as Fight Against Crime, we are going to lobby the HRC once again with regards to declaring gang warfare on the Cape Flats as urban terror or urban warfare, because this gangsters needs to stop now.
And obviously, I mean, you highlight one of the victims being an 8-year-old, and one of the other victims last week in a shooting was a 6-year-old. How dire is the situation on the ground?
It's very dire, I tell you, because we as parents, we don't know if we take our kids to school, if we will see them coming back home. That is just one of the things as a parent, as a mother. But we as community activists, we go above and beyond to protect all the residents of our communities. And it's not just the communities we stay in, it's the communities within the Cape Metropole.
And Ms. Khan, I want us now to talk about these numbers you speak of. We've seen the mass shootings, Khayelitsha, Bishop Lavis, Mitchell's Plain, Beacon Valley to be specific, and the likes. But how many people are we talking about? I mean, this past weekend we've seen over 30 shooting incidents, but maybe just, in the last 2 weeks.
In the last 2 weeks, there was a spate of more than 50. I mean, we have weekly stats, reports that we compile. But if you take the last 2 weeks, we had 34 people that was killed. 25 was code reds, that is like critical. And then there are other cases that we don't even know about. This is only the cases that's reported to Fight Against Crime, which we post out incident reports on a daily basis.
And when we speak of a shooting incident, for example, a mass shooting, is it something that occurs for an hour where we then see 6 people dead? How long do these shootings span?
The shooting that we spoke about in Mitchell's Plain, Beacon Valley, that was like within an hour because it was different locations in the Mitchell's Plain area. But like the shootings that occurred now recently in Bishop Lavis, it was just like a few seconds or within a minute or two, I'd say. These guys, they know, they pre-plan these events. So they go out, they shoot, they jump in their cars and off they go. And the sad part is that they don't even get caught at that time or even minutes later. So it gets declared as it's gang related. So innocent people gets declared gang related. This is the reason why we want to do the application to the HRC once again, because innocent people cannot be in a gang related affiliation.
We'll have to leave it there. Shadia Khan, one of the members of Fight Against Crime South Africa, detailing to us their plans to renew their calls to lobby and approach the Human Rights Commission in declaring gang violence on the Cape Flats as urban warfare rather, and the numbers are quite staggering. Innocent lives. I mean, the eldest victim of gang-related shootings, mass shootings, was an 8-year-old from Bishop Lavis about 2 weeks ago, and the youngest just last week from Better Life being a 6-year-old. So it is something that touches many within Cape Town, but particularly those that live on the Cape Flats, saying that once again their lives are held hostage by gangsterism or the scourge of gang violence and gun violence.